Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Let's take another look at AVAX, see what's going on. We can see that we did essentially establish a lower low here with a sweep of that lower liquidation. So pretty common stuff right now. In fact, majority of all altcoins and Bitcoin swept every single last dollar of liquidation to the downside. So it makes perfect sense that we're seeing a relief rally here, recovery, because it's very much par for the course. So heads up on that. But other than that, we're going to double check some back end liquidation data, see what's going on. And in the meantime, if you could please always hit that like button, comment below, let me know what your thoughts are here with AVAX. What do you plan to do with this coin? Are you trading it, or are you just kind of staying on the sidelines? If we look at liquidation though, once more, local liquidation 16 to 1650. That's that area of dollar cost average that I was wanting to get into and did. Hindsight's 2020, should have set a limit order at 15, but didn't really foresee that coming because of so much liquidation in that range. Here we can see 16. It's common for the price to bounce and recover from there. Instead, we saw a lot more greed in the market, or fear rather, that effectively just sold off way too far. So congrats to those who got in at 15. That's awesome. When we take a look here at liquidation delta, we can see we're approaching break even. That's pretty significant considering we are at $250 million in liquidation to the downside not 12 hours ago. So the market's recovering tentatively. Don't get it into your head that we're back on track by any stretch. This is that standard natural relief rally or recovery that we're seeing. We got a lot of resistance above us, though. Please note this. Open interest implies 1750 range, upwards of $18. We're going to see a lot of resistance. So if you're considering a short, or you're a short type of person, not height-wise, but if you love to take shorts, which are highly profitable right now, that might be a decent consideration for a short, the $17 to $18 range. If we look here, let's go ahead and clean up the charts a little bit. We can see there's a lot of confluence at this like 1850 range based on the point of control, local lows, which were likely to work as new highs. So if we kind of look here, we can see we retest this level multiple times, couldn't break it. Eventually we broke down, and now it's probably safe to presume that'll be the new resistance for us. Okay, so those are generally areas I like to look for when I consider shorting the market. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at there. I don't try to short while the price is already running, which in hindsight would have been just fine, but that's always an inherently more, like a riskier play, and it's never a great consideration. So let's take a look here. I apologize, I haven't really cleaned up the charts too much here in the last couple of years here, but the simple way to understand it here, if we look at the macro, of course this does include when we were down as low as like $8 to $10. We can see here the point of control is about 1750. We're right there at that range. So 1750, people have the largest amount of position average at that level. Okay, so that's it's not good or bad. It just kind of implies we're right there at that level, kind of hanging out in the support and resistance zone. So I would say it's more good than bad, but still not fantastic. And we're underneath a lot of other indications on the daily and weekly time frame, just kind of letting us know we're nowhere near being back on track. But you can kind of see here on smaller time frames that we're in much better shape than the majority of other coins. So this altcoin's looking pretty strong. Doesn't mean it's still, it's just going to go to the moon or to $20, $30, $40 soon. It just implies that it's recovering quicker. We're reaching that demand zone, so to speak, and that's a very, very good sign. Okay, so generally speaking, that's favorable. However, it doesn't mean that we're back on track. So I think if we break above this $18 range, maintain maybe 19 or 20, then at that point we may want to consider a long position. Between now and then, it's just very, very much a bad call to try to take a long right now. Okay, and if you're in a long right now and you're rolling your eyes saying, "Oh, I'm super in profit," well, you took a high risk trade. All right, and that's all there is to it. And higher risk trades include more luck. And if you can't admit that you got a little lucky, then that's shame on you, because your luck will eventually run out. What I'm getting at here is it's a descending trend. Until we break this descending trend, we don't really have any reasons to take along with any kind of confidence. Okay, so me personally, I'm leaning towards a short position in the 18 to 1850 range as a rough estimate. If we see that, I'm going to go ahead and set an alert here at that range, just to give me some perspective to reevaluate before I jump in. I never take a short or a long position in the blind unless we are obviously gravitating towards a key level support or resistance and we're much closer. Right now, we're not close enough to warrant a short or a long, so I just think it's a bad idea and very irresponsible. Once more, I've been wrong plenty of times in the past, but we've had some nice solid trades this month. We took a good short from Bitcoin last week and a tight long from Solana, but the truth is, you're not seeing a lot of opportunities right now, and that's very much par for the course. So if you're forcing trades right now, you'll know, I'm sure, you know, it's a difficult market to do that. So I do not recommend forcing trades. Just kind of stick with stick with the occasional trade right now, and you're going to be happier in the long run until this fundamental nightmare is over and we have like these tariff wars, you know, dissolving or just kind of finally in the past. We're going to have to presume everything's going to keep going lower. That's a simple way to understand it. All right, folks, hope that you found benefit, and I appreciate you watching. Thanks so much again for your time. And to those who support the channel consistently with liking the videos, commenting, and just in general being over, you know, in our premium Discord community. It's awesome to be able to work with you. So thank you so much for making my life a better place, and I'm glad that I can help you out as well. Twitter, Telegram, and Discord do have playout charts and everything, you know, everything otherwise all available there for you. Be sure to check it out. Have a great rest of your day, folks. We'll see you in the next one. Take care out there. Bye-bye.